What's up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of the Seltzer Time Podcast. It's your boy Ricky, aka Dick Chuck, aka the man behind the can at Seltzer Time Official. Here, as always, with my conversation accomplice, the man with the hunch about Worcester, Travis.
What's cracking, Fizzle Fiends? Welcome back to another episode of Seltzer Time Podcast. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the support again. You guys have been fantastic.
What's up, Travis? How are we doing?
I'm better than the other day, but my nose is still clogged up. And I hate to just come off the box whining, but it's the thing. It's just like right here on the front of my face. It's the first thing I'm thinking about.
I feel good.
Like
I haven't gotten sick yet.
You really?
Not yet.
You lucky dog, you.
It'll happen.
My mother-in-law hugged me last night and told me not to hug her because she was sick. And I'm like, it's all right. We're just giving it back and forth to each other.
There we go. So last week's episode was fantastic.
I mean, we knew that going in because it's Lucas, and Lucas is a silly bastard. But it was so much more fun than I thought it would be.
Yeah, he really killed it. He's the best.
And the promo shots with the freaking seltzer going all over the floor.
It was. Yeah, I was a little nervous about getting everything all wet, but I had so many of those on my phone. I went down and broke down all the the extra footage that we didn't use and broke it into 5-second shots to throw on the Instagram story. So those were a big hit.
There's a whole half hour of footage that we started recording before we actually started the episode. There's 30 minutes of stuff that I cut out of the episode because one really didn't fit. Yeah. But maybe someday we'll release a mega cut of the Lucas interview.
Bloopers?
Yeah, the bloopers.
Oh, yeah. So again, shout out to Lucas, aka Sticky Pictures, for coming on, helping us out, and not only being a great guest, but hooking us up with our fantastic logo that I love so much.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So this week we have literally my favorite bartender in the world, Mr. Derek Grimm.
What's happening? You're my favorite bartender.
Hey.
Oh, that's a lot of
you
love
really
right
are.
there.
Thanks, man.
You get my vote, number one in the city.
Love you.
You get me so drunk.
That's my goal.
I'm kidding. He's a very responsible bartender.
Safe.
He's very he's serve safe certified, tip certified.
Yeah.
There's only two I know.
Fernet certified.
Definitely Fernet certified. Maybe rum shot certified too.
Oh, for sure. Rum cousins.
Definitely.
What's up, TK?
Oh, yeah. What up, TK?
So Derek is bartender and bar manager?
Bar manager, bar director, something.
Director. Cool. Over at Deadhorse Hill, probably my favorite bar, easily my favorite restaurant, but place I've had a couple cocktails.
One or two.
Yeah. My favorite part about
responsible serving.
Exactly. My favorite part about going into Deadhorse is whether it's Derek or TK, but mostly Derek. I think you've been there 98% of the time I've ever been there.
Yep.
But I'll walk in and I won't even order a drink. I'll literally just sit down and Derek will look at me. I'm just do something. And Derek always comes through with the greatest cocktail ever. Sometimes he'll be like, what are you looking for? And I'll be like, rum, mezcal, whatever. And it's always just beyond on point.
So he just gets a look at you and makes the drink that best fits your aura in that moment.
Yeah, he's that good.
Pretty much. I mean, usually with Ricky, it's just usually a warm PBR and a shot of Old Crow whiskey.
He's a simple man with simple tastes.
That's how it's done. That's when I listen to Kid Rock, though. I listen to Kid Rock on my way to Dead
You
Horse.
can't not drink PBRs and listen to Kid Rock at the same time. It's sacrilegious.
Hand in hand.
Pretty much.
That's how it goes. So yeah, Derek, what's up?
I actually just want to talk about some of the events that some service industry events we're doing over the next couple of months. Try to kind of bring the city's service industry together a little bit more and stop with this disjointed events happening and make a really good just kind of bring the community together a little bit more so that everybody's kind of trading ideas and kind of growing a little bit. There's a lot happening in the city over the next couple of years, so there's gonna be a lot of new incoming service staff and restaurants and things like that. And basically, I just want to have something kind of set in stone. Where we're doing events every month, not necessarily with the U.S. Bartenders Guild or with any distributor per se, just bringing in cool products, bringing in cool people to the city, and just trying to get things moving forward with this whole Worcester cocktail renaissance that's happening right now.
What's up?
Yeah,
I like that.
So what are these events? So you said service industry events. Can you take us through what this event actually looks like?
Yeah, so a service industry event basically is usually sponsored by a distributor or a brand, basically to kind of promote their products to to bartenders, servers, bar managers, owners, things like that, so that they can obviously generate sales and things like that. So by putting those products out there to taste, especially with new products, and getting like this kind of like almost intimate, like exclusive first look type stuff, it gives people this sense of ownership of brands that come on. Like with me, I'm a huge fan of St. George. They're out of Northern California. I think that every single product they've ever put out has been fantastic. And we're going to be doing a couple events with them over the next couple months, including like a cocktail competition, but I'll talk about that a little bit later. Basically, people show up. There's almost always a rep on hand to buy drinks for everybody, so you can kind of taste through everything and see what's out there and see what this specific brand has to offer. And then depending on where the event is, like if it were at like dive bar, there obviously wouldn't be like food, or maybe there'd be something catered or like pizzas brought in or something like that. But 9 times out of 10, it's at a restaurant. So it'll be like, pizzas or chicken wings or just like, finger food. So nobody's like drinking on an empty stomach, which is
the number one rule for drinking is don't do it on an empty stomach.
Yeah, really.
Build a good base.
Yeah.
So for these events, are they open to the public? Are they invitation?
I tend to only promote to the service industry. Obviously, we have like a lot of like, being bartenders, we have a lot of regulars we form like really good relationships with, and I'll tend to like tell them about the events and be like, you're welcome to show up and kind of hang out, because these are people that are going to be purchasing the product and
sure interacting with it.
Yeah,
interacting with it and telling, and like word of mouth, like telling me like, like we got Matt Myers from Castle Island's going to be coming out to the next event we have coming, and him bringing like an exclusive beer or something that hasn't been quite released yet, and getting those people excited about it is absolutely instrumental in building a brand, and it's instrumental in building like this kind of cohesive bar scene in Worcester. Like, so I typically shy away from inviting the general public, but like a couple like select people, absolutely. It's not like some pretentious like exclusivity thing. It's this is an event for service industry to kind of get away from having to be on and being like the personality that everybody expects you to be behind the bar.
Yeah.
And you just kind of be yourself and, knock back a couple shots and loosen up a little bit. And it's a good way to network and to hang out with your peers in a non, 1:30 in the morning, cranking back as many shots as you possibly can before last call setting. So
it's true. I like the idea of like you said, having a handful of bar regulars. I can't even count how many times there's a good amount of dive bar regulars, but there'll be people who come in on a Saturday night and they'll be like, what's your favorite beer? And before I can even answer it, Val or whoever's sitting next to where that person is, they'll turn and almost cut me off and sell beer for me. Like, so it's cool having them come to these events where it's like, oh, like we're going to start carrying this gin. Let's invite the people who are gonna sell it on the other side of the bar too.
Yeah, well, I mean, just shout out to Val, because Val is one of my favorite human beings on the face of the planet.
Same.
There have been nights I've been just getting my ass totally kicked, and I don't have time to sit down and talk to people. And Val will just take people straight through the whole menu.
Yeah,
and then I'll just I feel like I'm stealing from her when she tips me.
Yeah, same. She brought me beers from Suarez a couple weeks ago. She's the best. Yeah, she like walks in. She's great, like, dude. Hey, I brought you these beers. I'm like, that. What? She's like, you always pour me beers. I'm like, I love you.
Last year, she brought me a box. Had like some stuff from Sloop, some stuff from Suarez, some stuff from Plan B. I was just like,
she's the best.
You don't ever have to tip me ever again. Just keep bringing me beers.
Yeah. Kyle and I had brunch at Dead Horse on Sunday. So we're like hanging out, like talking to TK and stuff, getting ready to leave. And Val walked in and we ended up spending another like half hour, ripped a shot of Amaro with Val. Like you can't leave. She's the greatest.
Yeah, she's definitely a person that I like to have at those events, because she's knowledgeable enough to know like what things are, and B, she's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
she's a blast.
She's a customer.
She is, yeah. She doesn't work in the service industry, but you would never know that.
No, you wouldn't. You would think she's a seasoned vet. She's stellar, man.
She's just a fan.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, she's definitely part of the crew.
Hell yeah. So what's the first event coming up?
So the first event we have coming up is going to be at Xinjiang or Xinjiang or the Jiang or the Old Sweet, as some people call it.
No one calls it that.
Dude, you'd be surprised.
Mrs. Sweet.
People still call Dead Horse the Old Ritual.
Oh wow, that's throwing it way back.
Yeah, way back. I even had somebody call it the Old Blitz one time.
Well, I call the DCU Center the Old Centrum, so holding on to the...
the Comcast Center, whatever it is now, is still going to be Great Woods forever.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even care.
Always.
Jokes on you, I didn't know it as the Centrum. I've only known it as the DCU Center, but whatever. Yeah, I've only been here 5 years. Anyway, so...
Anyways, yeah, sorry, off topic. I'm spacing out right now. I'm exhausted.
You'll feel you.
Doing great.
Thank you. First event is it's going to be at Xinjiang. It's going to be sponsored by Intrepid Beverage, who handles the Egan's and March Hare portfolio. This is going to be like whiskey and some Pasheen, which is like this Irish distillate that kind of predecessed like the whole like whiskey craze in Ireland.
Okay.
As far as I know, I might need to fact check that. So we have Kirsten Amon, who is this fantastic bartender. She's considered one of the best bartenders in Boston for sure. She got inducted into the Tales of the Cocktail Hall of Dames 2 years ago.
I love that name.
Yeah, dude, she's great. She just put out a book called Drinking Like Ladies. She's the sweetest human being you could ever hope to meet. She's gonna be coming in and pouring off some Egan's, some Pasheen, and promoting one of her new products called Cocalero, which is like this South American herbal. I'm not sure if it's a liqueur or if it's just a straight liquor, but we're gonna find that out very quickly. I wish I had some. I had a bottle of fernet in the car that I should have brought up. But.
I mean, it's never too late for fernet.
Or too early, or...
My fiance is going to be listening to this, so no, it's not too...
Yeah, congratulations, fiance.
Thank you very much.
October, right?
Yeah.
At least that's when you made it Facebook official.
Yeah. It was like it happened a couple days before that. It was pretty awesome. She's great.
She's the best.
She really is. She puts up with my shit on a level that nobody else ever has in my entire life, including my parents.
Yo, isn't that what we're all looking for?
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
Somebody to handle our crazy?
Just someone to put up with my shit.
Shout out, Sarah. You handle my crazy so well. Thank you, lovely.
Naomi, you know that I am a handful.
Yeah. I've been there. Naomi, you're a saint.
Naomi, you are a saint.
Love you, Tina. I love you, Tina. And then we have Matt Myers from Castle Island coming out to pour some beers. I don't know exactly what he's bringing out. He said he might bring out some like limited release stuff. He's definitely gonna bring some cans, probably some swag. Like Matt's great. If you don't know Matt, Matt's fucking awesome. He's such a great dude, and their beers are fantastic. And Matt's just this really down to earth guy. Like he's not this, IBUs and all the pretentious beer nerd shit. He's a regular guy, and he listens to Jawbreaker. So
that's what's up.
Big shout out to Matt Myers.
Yeah, so you're going to that show,
dude. I was very excited. Naomi has no idea who they are. And so the other day we took a nap, woke up, I saw that they were coming, and I looked over, I was like, hey, we're going to see Jawbreaker. She just kind of looked at me and I was like, you're probably
the movie?
You might like it, but I don't know. And then she just kind of rolled over.
I'll be there for that too. That's right after my birthday, so yeah.
Yes.
All right, real quick, I'm going to sneak in with more references that most people aren't going to get. I was doing some research, and I have a question for you, Mr. Derek A.C. LaRock Grimm.
Yes.
Why'd you send a guy to shoot Reggie?
Wait, what?
Yeah, I just dipped in hard, didn't I?
This is another thing that I'm not going to understand.
He's from AC LaRock's from Philadelphia.
He's got a message for you.
I got a message for him.
Blah, 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 blah.
But
Reggie got shot.
If you're gonna sell the cookies, you gotta wear the uniform, right? Because if you're not wearing the uniform, what's the point of even selling the cookies?
That's right.
What the fuck?
And anybody who gets that, come into Dead Horse Hill and tell me what the reference is, and I'll give you the biggest high five on the planet.
Yeah.
There you go.
Anyway, bitches, come and get some. So that's the first event.
Yep, it's going to be held at Xinjiang. It's going from 6 to 10. All service industry is encouraged to come out. There's no cover charge. There's no, we're going to have some cocktails for sale featuring Egan's, March Hare and Cocalero. It's going to be a good time. There's going to be a little bit of food there too. I'm quite sure. I'm not entirely sure what we're doing yet. We still haven't ironed those details out.
What's the date on that again?
That is Tuesday the 29th. Whatever date it's the 28th or 29th. I believe it's the 29th.
Okay, of January?
Of January, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this
That would
month.
be
So it's like 3 weeks. 2.5 weeks.
9th, I think, is a
29th,
Tuesday. Yeah.
I don't know anything about dates.
Because I'm going to the Bahamas. Hello. Coming back on Saturday, which I think is the 26th.
Saturday is the 26th.
Yeah.
29th would be the Tuesday.
And only one person pulled it out to check the date.
No, I'm actually super impressed with Ricky just using his own mental
I only know that
gymnastics.
because of the Bahamas.
Nice job thinking.
Right? Thanks. I don't do it a lot, but sometimes I really hit it out of the park.
That's awesome.
Nice job thinking.
I need someone to just follow me around
exhausted,
and
dude.
throw that at me.
Yeah.
Hey, I saw what you did there. Good job thinking.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I don't do a whole lot of that these days. This kind of go off muscle memory.
Dude, it should be used sparingly.
Oh yeah, dude. You can't use too much brain capacity.
Everything in moderation.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the first event. You said there's another one?
Yeah, we have a natural wine tasting event at Deadhorse at 281 Main. If you don't know already,
You should know.
you should know.
And if you don't know, now you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Aaliyah Fredericks from Bliss Wine Imports is going to be coming down and bringing some cool wine. So if you want to start learning about natural wine, or if you're like just a huge wine nerd and want to come out and taste some really, really cool stuff, she's going to be bringing a couple different bottles of some different stuff, some different varietals from, she focuses mostly on South America, which is kind of like become this big, huge natural wine epicenter. So she's going to be bringing some really, really cool stuff in, tasting everybody on it. We're going to have like some charcuterie out and things like that. Another like 6 to 9 event. It's going to be a little bit more subdued because like it is wine, and wine's not really like, slugging down 16-ounce, double IPAs and shots of whiskey. But it's still gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be really, really, really informative. Aaliyah's again just a fantastic person, and she knows so much about natural wine and about what's coming for the future. So we're really excited to have her in. Our wine director and general manager Julia is going to be on hand as well to talk about stuff. She's again is a huge wealth of knowledge in that aspect. So if you want to check out some natural wine and some really cool funky stuff and some stuff and some great varietals you probably never heard of before, because I know that I've never heard of at least 90% of them, definitely come and check that event out. That's gonna be February 25th. It's gonna be another Tuesday.
Okay.
Again, this is open to all service industry people. If you want to come down, we're not doing like an RSVP thing. It's just kind of show up, come in, like kind of at will type thing. So if you want to come at 8 o'clock and try a couple glasses of wine, you want to come right at 6 and stay till 9, it's entirely up to you. Like this is not like show up at 6 and hang out there's going to be a presentation and we're going to sit down and all this stuff. It's just going to be very loose, very casual. Just if anybody knows anything about Deadhorse, this is how we kind of do things. Very loose, very casual.
That's why it's my favorite spot.
Yeah, we get it done. Very loose.
Can I ask you about natural wine? Is that a brand or is that like a specific type of wine?
Natural wine is kind of not new movement, but it's like it's becoming more popular, and you're seeing these vineyard owners and these winemakers not using pesticides and not using like traditional methods of growing their grapes. There's some people that are just out there letting the land overtake the grapevines and picking like that. You're talking about like wild fermentation, like stuff that's completely open air and uncontrolled, producing these weird funky wines that are some I like some of them I think are just completely disgusting.
Sure. But I mean that could be any wine.
But there are some that I can't get enough of. There's this producer out of Portugal. His name's Joao, and he does this wine called Rufia. It's this insanely awesome red wine that I just like to crush out of the bottle. Like no brown paper bag, no nothing. Just like pull the cork out and just start drinking on the corner.
And you guys have that at Deadhorse?
We've got a lot of his. We've had a lot of his wines in, but he's just like this crazy old guy that like just like he lets the grapes do their thing. You know, a lot of these major wine producers are like big on consistency because that's what their market looks for. Is they're looking for this consistency and the same product every single time, and the very, very little variation from vintage to vintage. And these guys are just kind of, is it good? All right, cool. Let's put it in a bottle and sell it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Again, like Julia could definitely go into way more than I could about this. She's got a lot, again, like a ton of knowledge about this kind of stuff, but this is just, things that I know, and I hope
you're
that
giving us tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, just the tip.
That's all I need.
Just to see how it feels. Yeah, so I hope that I did natural wine justice with this thing, because I was totally unprepared to talk about it.
That was the most I've ever heard anybody. I've actually never heard of natural wine until Dead Horse came along, like Julia posting about it and talking about it and stuff. I've still to this day never heard anybody else talk about it. So having you talk about it right now, that's the most like in depth I've ever heard. Yeah. So it's pretty bad.
It's super cool stuff. It's obviously it's not for everybody, but if you want to come in and try some really, really cool wines from some really, really small producers, people who are like literally just doing this to get by. They're not just doing it to get by, but like doing it because of their passion. This is not like from major vineyards that have like these tens of thousands of acres of grapes with, a whole staff of, 500 people picking them and all this stuff. This is like, as Julia loves to say, a husband and wife teams. Yeah. These are like people that are having like their villagers, the people from their villages come out and pick the grapes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool, and it's definitely very. I can't think of the word I'm looking for right now. It's what we like. It's what we like to do. What we like to promote at Dead Horse. Seltzer.
Yeah, perfect. It's exactly.
Yeah, great.
That's why Ricky doesn't drink it during the show.
Yeah, I very rarely drink it during the show.
Good call. Yeah. Good call. I'm gonna
seasoned vet,
So yeah, if you want to come out, that's February 25th, Dead Horse Hill, 6 to 9. We're gonna have some really, really cool wines, some baller stuff there. Probably gonna be some rosé and some Perrons happening. If you've never done a Perron, then I suggest you get your ass to Dead Horse to do a Perron.
My 30th birthday, the last thing I remember was the Perron of rosé. There were a lot of shots of fernet like leading up to this moment, but literally the last thing I remember is the Perron, and that was the end of.
You were good until you got the fried chicken and the Perron.
That's a hell of a combo.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Fried chicken and rosé. Can't beat it.
It was beautiful.
That sounds like a way to celebrate.
Oh, I've celebrated.
Yeah.
Shit was lit. As the kids say.
It was indeed lit.
So is that your advice for Che, who was asking what should he do on his 30th?
He was. I was trying to think of a funny response for that, and I just couldn't think of one. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to hit him with like, come hang out with me at the Dead Bar. But hitting him with Perron of rosé and chicken.
Yeah,
sounds.
You can't. It doesn't get better than that.
Yeah, that sounds like breakfast.
Yeah, just have him let me know when his birthday is, and maybe I'll see if Jared can do some of those some of the ribs from when we first opened, because I know those were his favorite thing on the planet.
Dude, his birthday's in July. I forget when.
He died a little bit inside when we got rid of those.
Well, then Demogo rolled through and hit him with some ribs.
Oh, true.
Yo, loving that new look to the Demogo menu. The Mama Ru menu looks so good. Oh, did I just steal something on you?
No.
Phew.
No, I did see that though. I'm excited for this weekend. By the time this airs, this will have already ended.
Yeah.
We'll have already had multiple sandwiches.
Yeah, sorry, suckers.
I will have had many, many sandwiches by this point.
Yeah.
So many, in fact, that it might kill me.
I hope not. You got to get married in a little bit.
Also, you got some events coming up you got to take care of.
Yeah, true that. Kill me eventually then. Down the line.
Yeah, slowly with the artery clogging stuff.
There we go. So we've got a whiskey event.
Whiskey and beer on the 29th of January, the natural wine on the 25th of February. I've got something coming for March, but nothing set in stone yet. It's going to be mid-month because on April 8th, we are hosting at Dead Horse a cocktail competition featuring St. George. These guys are, like I said, like one of my favorite brands right now. They're doing just incredible things with spirits. They've been around since the early 80s, I believe. and their gins are fantastic. Their breaking and entering whiskey is insanely good, and just their whole portfolio, I think, it ranges like 30 products. Oh, wow. They just do, excuse me, they do a lot of really, really cool stuff. So when I thought about doing a cocktail competition, I was thinking like, do I get a distributor in here and like have a bunch of different stuff, or do I focus more on like a smaller brand, not necessarily smaller brand, but these guys, they're not Bacardi, they're not, these big, like, they're not Tito's, they're smaller, they're a smaller company. I really like Brian Bartel, who is the Northeast rep. He's a super cool dude. We met at Tails a couple years ago. He's originally from like, I think Brockton or Bridgewater or something like that. Sweet. He like noticed my Blood for Blood tattoo at the fernet party, and we started talking. And then he was
the most like on brand Derek Grimm thing I've ever heard. Like, yo, this dude noticed my Blood for Blood tat. We were drinking fernet, and I'm just like, nothing else has ever made sense to me aside from that one sentence.
That was a day. That was certainly a day for us. We were playing. What's that? What's the lawn game? Bocce?
Was it the one with the balls and the piche? The little ball?
The bag thing?
No, it was like the
with the little hole.
No, it was like a lawn, like a
lawn darts.
No, it wasn't darts. I think it was bocce.
It sounds like
is
bocce.
it the thing that they do at like all the breweries? Like the little it looks like a ramp. It's got a hole in it. You throw it.
No, it's cornhole.
Oh yeah. I couldn't think of the name of that.
Bigger balls and a little ball, and you're trying to get the big ball close to the little ball.
I think so. Yeah,
that's bocce.
I had been drinking fernet. So in New Orleans for 3 days.
Attaboy.
That sounds.
So it could have been called Scotchy.
Real quick, Che. That's what you should do.
Yeah. Let's go to Tails, Che.
Done.
Hit me up. Hit me up. Anyways.
So you're playing bocce and.
So he was the rep for Southern California at that point, and I just kind of like flew out of my head a little bit. And then when he moved back to Massachusetts, Russ Reynolds, who's the Origin rep for Deadhorse and obviously for a couple other people, he has our account, came in with Brian, and I was like, I remember you. I don't know why I remember you, because I don't remember much from that day, but so we've gotten together and we've talked about, I've wanted to do a cocktail competition at Dead Horse for a while. I think it's a great space, and we promote like a lot of, like the betterment of the cocktail scene in central Massachusetts, for sure, along with a couple other places. I competed in one cocktail competition at Less Than Greater Than in Hudson. It was a ton of fun. Everybody had such a good time, and I kind of want to do that in Worcester too. Kind of promote Central Mass as a whole. So we're going to be promoting to not only Massachusetts bartenders, but Providence, Portsmouth, and Portland, Maine.
That's awesome.
Providence, Portsmouth. So it's W against a whole bunch of P's.
Yeah.
Take that, P's. What does a cocktail competition look like?
There's a couple of different formats, but essentially it's just a bunch of bartenders getting together and putting their best. I guess I hate this term, but like putting their best foot forward, making like the best cocktail they can, with within the parameters of the rules, Sure. And I've been a part of a couple different ones. The most fun I had was at Less Than Greater Than, the Aperitivo competition this past summer.
Well, take us through that. Give us tell us your story, and that'll give us some understanding.
Basically, like what you do is you hear about the competition, you enter a recipe, work on a recipe a little bit and try to figure out what you want to do and how you want to do it. Basically, these cocktail competitions are for the brands, so they can like put out, mass promote like different cocktails, different styles of things. It's kind of like give creative use of the brand and things like that. They do this so like they can like expand the brand essentially.
Sure, makes sense.
A lot of these competitions, with the exception of like the major ones like the Bacardi Legacy or the Diageo World Class, focus on like using recreatable products, or commercially available products, using basically what you have so that they can like promote it to everybody. So you come up with a cocktail that you think fits the parameters of the competition. You get selected usually by usually get selected by the by the brand and the venue.
Okay.
And then you go, if you get selected, you go and compete. You make a cocktail in front of a bunch of people, shake uncontrollably because it's incredibly nerve-wracking, and end up usually drunk as hell.
Sounds beautiful.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Cocktail competitions are great for bartenders to kind of get to know one another, especially like you're pulling from, when you're pulling from all of New England, you're getting people that hopefully are coming down for, obviously the chance to win,
some prize money.
We still haven't decided on a prize yet, but it's gonna be substantial. Like we're not gonna have people come down from Portland, Maine to compete for $200.
Sure. Or a sweet new baseball cap.
Oh, first of all, I would compete for a sweet new baseball cap. Absolutely.
I can't. I'm a beer guy, but I will definitely compete for like a fernet snapback.
Dude, those things are hard to get.
We gotta get some.
Yeah. I'll talk to
next on the list.
Talk to whoever I gotta talk to.
We got coins. Now we need some snapback.
Yeah, seriously. Got your coin?
Oh, dude, always.
Obviously. But yeah, we're going to be releasing all the pertinent information for it at the end of the month. We just need to get all of our ducks in a row. Right. But it's going to be a lot of fun. Tickets are going to be $20 to get in. It's going to get you samples of the cocktail. There's going to be a DJ. I'm hoping Ricky Nelson will MC the event.
You know you got me.
All right, sweet.
Whatever
You heard it here first, people.
Breaking news.
Yeah, I love it. It's going to be great. A lot of people are going to be very happy about that.
All right, this is late, but I don't care.
Yeah, we're gonna have a DJ. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a party. Like it's not gonna be like this stuffy, and next up is gonna be, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Like I encourage people to have like walk up music and music they want to make their cocktails to.
So almost like in the same vein as maybe like Secret Walls.
Kind of, yeah. It's gonna be like.
I mean, there's not gonna be like a team battling thing, but I mean like. At least the Secret Walls didn't work. Watching, I think Sean hosted that one, but watching somebody kind of host it and like announce who's up next and kind of like, work the crowd while they're making their, in this case, would be a cocktail instead of a piece of art, but which, they go hand in hand.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that'd be kind of sick having like walk up music and.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Like it
sounds like the WWE.
Yeah.
It pretty much, yeah. Yeah, it's just gonna be a really, really good time. We're trying to plan it as a party and not as like try to focus around the whole idea of it. And we're calling it Run the Woo.
That's so fucking good.
We want to have it. I want to host it I'd like to host it once a year, and have it grow and kind of be like this force in Worcester.
Yeah. I was like, dude, all I'm thinking right now is I want Run the Jewels to play the entire time.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be a lot of Run the Jewels playing. I'm gonna be in touch with a couple of local artists very soon to drop a logo, and I'm gonna get some t-shirts and hats and stuff like that. I still gotta. We're still a couple months out of the event, so I gotta start getting my ducks in a row with that kind of stuff. But it's gonna be a spectacle. Like it's gonna be a good time.
That would be so sick.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So I gotta admit something here. That up until what you just explained, which is why I've been asking about it, I've been picturing this as like one of those flair bartending competitions, because that's what I know. You both just been like, oh my god, you fucking idiot. I know. I don't drink. I don't go to bars, so forgive me. Is that still a thing? Do real bartenders not like those bartenders? Like,
I really hate the term real bartenders.
Sorry.
Because
okay. Yep.
if you've got the balls to step behind the bar and work that shift and be subject to whatever you're going to be subject to, you are, in my opinion, a real bartender.
Fair. 100%. Yeah. Fair.
There's different aspects of it. There's like the gunslingers that work at places like Union Tavern and I don't know where else is busy, like Whiskey on Water. Those people that are just doing like crazy amounts of volume, and that's like one skill set in itself. And then you've got like the flair bartenders who know all the crazy tricks and cool stuff, and that stuff's super fun to watch. And then you have like the craft bartenders that are like, meticulously creating these cocktails to be like pieces of art. It's all like kind of like six of one, half dozen of the other. Just different skill sets. And you find that most bartenders who are in the craft, I guess, like scene, have spent time working as gunslingers and working in those, you know, college bars and whiskey bars. I mean, I came up at Applebee's and Leitrim's for Christ's sake.
What a combo.
Yeah.
You gotta start somewhere.
It's like a Worcester State Thursday night.
Yeah, it's pretty much. Yeah, back when Park Ave was a thing.
Right? Yeah.
Before the demise of Cactus Pete's.
Oh.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
R.I.P. Cactus Pete's. Remember Mahoney's back when John owned it?
Yeah.
That was the first bar I ever went to as a 21-year-old. Yeah. I had so much fun there.
I love how you qualify as a 21-year-old.
Well, I mean, like, I don't want to get anybody in trouble. Like,
It was those 4 years that I went as a.
yeah.
My first legal bar was the Blarney Stone. And my first legal drink as a 21-year-old was a Grateful Dead.
Mine was a Four Horsemen, and I 100%.
Why is that a thing?
Because people, when they're 21, are very stupid and do dumb things like that. And I puked all of it into the trash can at Worcester State in the lobby of my roommate Dan and my friend Fred of their dorm. Right in the lobby. As we were leaving, I don't even know what you would call him, the like security guard guy. He was like, please do not come back here. I'm like, dude, we're not coming back here. I was like, it's my birthday. It's fine. He's like, please do not come back here. I'm like, dude, we're not coming back here. We went back there, and I not only went back, I puked in the lobby in the trash can.
Like right in that dude's feet.
Literally, yeah, he made me change it. I was like, I felt so bad.
All right. What is in
partying.
your Four Horsemen? I've heard a couple different ways.
Captain Morgan.
Four Horsemen shot is Jack Daniels, Jim Beam, Johnny Walker, and Jose Cuervo.
Yeah,
that is traditionally
That's what I've heard.
how I knew it. There's the Three Kings shot, which is Jack, Johnny, and Jim, and then the Four Horsemen. You add Jose Cuervo, and it is effing disgusting.
So gross.
So
all those alone aren't that good. Put them together, and it's 4 times worse.
Yeah, I gotta agree. I don't mind Jim Beam.
Out of that whole
Out of the 4, I like Jim Beam the best, I think.
for sure.
But I don't know. Do you guys remember cement mixers? No. You ever had a cement mixer? Was that like?
Okay, so I only know it as a cement mixer, so please enlighten me.
So a cement mixer was a shot that you always like. It was kind of coming out of fashion when I was turning 21. But a cement mixer is Bailey's and lime juice. And it is the most disgusting thing. It's not just lime juice; it's Rose's lime juice. So it's like sugary lime syrup.
Is it curdling
in your mouth? It basically just turns into this chunky ball in your mouth, and it's one of the most disgusting things I've ever drank in my entire life.
That's disgusting.
My wife works 1 day a week over at Arts up at like North Side or whatever, Burnside.
Arts Diner.
Yeah. So she'll sling beers there once a week, and some guy came in the other night and bought everybody a round of pickleback shots.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, picklebacks are great.
You guys know about this shit? That shit's gross too.
Oh, dude, the best pickleback I've ever had in my life. Demoga came in one night with like the juice left over from the pickles from the chicken sandwich, and he's just like, shots. I'm like, duh. So it was just like, we poured, I forget, it was at that moment, it was I mean, Derek was probably there. It was like a bunch of industry people in there anyway. So we, drew up like 6 shots of Four Roses.
I think I did that actually.
Yeah.
I think I was there.
Brought over 6 more, poured the pickle juice in, just downed it. It was just like, it made so much sense to do at that moment. I've had picklebacks everywhere, but there's nothing like Demoga being like, just looking you in the eye and saying shots.
It doesn't happen very often.
No.
That he's a beautiful man.
He really is.
I
He's
love
usually
John
outside,
DeMoga.
slinging chicken. But sometimes, most nights, he sells out. So luckily, the juice was left over. We drank it.
I give you guys, you have stronger stomachs than I.
I have an iron stomach, man. I can.
It's the elevator.
Yeah, what were we talking about? So we got
Iron
sidetracked.
stomachs.
Iron stomachs. Oh yeah. Actually, my friend Ryan Rushford will probably know me as not having an iron stomach the night I drank 2 curdled Irish car bombs back to back.
Wow.
Yeah. And then we went back to his place and he cooked a very, 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 very rare steak that I had 3 bites of and then proceeded to just puke for 3 hours.
It happens.
Yeah, it was at Leitrim's actually.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Shout out to Leitrim.
Shout out to Leitrim. Shout out to Ryan Rushford. You're the real MVP. Thanks for cleaning up my puke, buddy.
That's awesome.
All right, the last little thing that I want to bring up is something that happened over the summer between you and I. Do you remember?
Not particularly.
In the second floor of Simjang, right during a powwow event.
Oh, you know what? I'm out of here.
I wonder if you would have.
I'm out of here.
Wait, what is this?
I couldn't remember who Derek was. I'm going to be 100% honest. And I did a bunch of research. And I'm like, wait a minute. That's the fucking dude I played NBA Jam with. Derek and I had a heated
Battle Royale.
It came down to the wire, but I squeaked out in the end.
There we go.
Wah, wah, wah. But anyway.
What's up?
Yeah. No, it was stupid. It was great to see you again, man. That was a fun event.
I
was hoping that wouldn't get brought up. I was hoping my NBA Jam skills wouldn't be called into question. Now Che's just gonna light me up.
We're gonna have to have another tournament.
I was gonna say, I heard there was an event happening at Simjang. Maybe that's the next battle.
Oh, wait, is there another NBA Jam?
We might be able to get a Sega Genesis up there.
It wouldn't be the worst idea.
Do it.
I don't think so. I don't think it'd be the worst idea. Yeah. So, yeah, I'll gladly rematch you, and then
we could have a whole big thing. It could be a whole Seltzer Time sponsored.
Oh yeah, we'll go live.
Brackets. Yeah.
Instagram live. You guys just battling it out.
We'll do announcers. You and I can do color commentary.
That'd be so. Oh, yo, we should do Seltzer Time versus Pop It. That'd be so sick.
You ladies are on.
They would kill us up.
Yeah, totally. But anyway, just like they do in ratings.
I was gonna say, yeah, like they're gonna beat us always.
Yo, what do you think about being the male version or the boy version of their show? I think that's what they said.
That might be the greatest honor of all time.
Yeah, super down with it.
Yeah, shout out to Pop It. They gave us a shit ton of praise in their newest episode,
and then a little bit of poking. They poked a little bit.
A little bit of pokes, much deserved pokes.
Yeah. No, respect
on one of our first episodes.
Respect to Stephanie Ramey and Amy Peterson, both who are doing fantastic jobs at marketing in the city.
I was gonna say shout out for kind of like shutting me up. I had this whole thing. One of my first poke, I think, second poke was the marketing in Worcester. Like as a whole, it wasn't about the city. It wasn't about one specific place. It was just in general, a lot of things happen that aren't pushed hard enough, you know? Yeah. And I was taught this morning when I listened to the newest episode of Pop It that I'm not necessarily wrong, but there are especially two very powerful women that are going above and beyond
and doing the best they can.
Yeah, they're absolutely killing it. So
to their credit, it is hard to aggregate this much information from a whole city of headless cats or whatever.
100%. But they do a ridiculously amazing job. So yeah, it was awesome. It was pretty great. I spent most of my morning laughing and being very happy that they brought it to the forefront, being like, yeah, I mean, what about this? Damn it, you're right.
That's good. That's the whole thing. We're trying to bring it up, start a conversation, and if we're wrong, call us on our shit.
Yeah, I'm usually going to be wrong, so.
I'd say a hard 90% for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I respect the two of you for having that much self-awareness and the confidence to...
I just presume everything I say is always wrong until I'm proven right. And somebody just nods their head like, oh, yeah. I'm like, oh, great. I was right. Sweet.
I wasn't sure till you confirmed me, but thank you.
Right. Hell yeah.
Are we getting into this? Anything else you want to touch about?
No, I think that's really about it.
So for a casual fan, just take us through what Dead Horse Hill does. Like, what's the mission there? What's the...
So we focus heavily from the food aspect of things. Try to focus heavily on supporting local farms and being as sustainable as possible. Not using like factory farms and things like that. We do work closely with a lot of Central Mass farms. We do source like throughout New England as well, because there's just a lot of great products happening, a lot of great produce and meat and seafood and stuff like that happening all over New England. New England's got some of the best farm culture, like probably in the U.S. I mean, maybe the exception of California, but I haven't been out there yet. So yeah, so we try to focus on that. We try to focus on making some really, really nice dishes with some stuff that people have never heard of before and trying to get them into that. But we also try to focus on being as approachable as possible, because I mean, I've been in Worcester almost my whole life, and I know when I first started at Dead Horse, I kind of like raised an eyebrow at some stuff like, nobody's going to want to order this. And it's up to us, like at the front of house, like it's up to us to kind of sell it to people and let them know that this isn't something scary to try. This isn't something that you're gonna regret. You're really gonna like this. Jared, just the whole kitchen staff just does a great job at producing like such a great product and such a beautiful product every single night. They work very, very hard. It's super nice to be working with a team that cares so much about putting food out. And with that being said, like I've seen a lot of restaurants that do have good food programs, but their beverage programs are just horrendous. You look at like they're putting out dry aged steaks, and on the menu there's like a flirtini, and I'm just like, why would you do that? Like, why would you do that to your fantastic food? You're just like gonna put this juice and sugar filled cocktail on there. So with Sean and myself and TK, we try to put out cocktails that are inventive, approachable, but are going to complement the menu. So we don't ever try to we never try to do anything crazy. Like you look at like some craft bars and they're like doing this molecular stuff or this crazy, like if you ever went to Booker and Dax, New York City, like all this like crazy science experiment stuff. We just try to do really dialed in, very tasty cocktails that people want to drink.
Cool.
And again, with the wine program too, like focusing towards the natural stuff, the biodynamic stuff, the sustainable stuff. We try to do that as much as possible.
Yeah.
It seems like you guys have found your niche.
And that breakfast sandwich.
That breakfast sandwich, though, I can eat one of those. I can eat one of those in under 30 seconds.
Dude,
I don't advise it.
It is literally my favorite thing to eat in this entire city.
What is it? What's on it?
Sausage.
House-made sausage.
Yeah. House-made sausage, avocado, egg, hot sauce, cheese.
English muffin.
Sounds simple.
So it's
delicious.
like pretty simple, but I can't get anything else. I want everything else. Like the soft scramble, unbelievable. Everything I've ever had at Dead Horse has been above and beyond awesome. But I think about that breakfast sandwich way more than I've thought about anything I've ever eaten in my life.
Really?
That's
right.
It's
Simjang wings.
It's pretty amazing.
It's the best.
Oh yeah, Simjang wings are.
But I feel you.
Stupid good.
Any Dead Horse OGs will remember we used to have the breakfast sandwich on the biscuit, and you used to have to fork and knife it because the biscuit would just it was just so buttery and flaky, it would just crumble right away.
I'm quite literally salivating right now thinking about biscuits.
Same. I miss the biscuit.
Last question I have: is anybody out there making seltzer cocktails?
The highball is like the highball cocktail. Essentially, is just a single spirit with some type of carbonated beverage. Essentially, that's like if you want to shear it down to its most basic, I guess, definition. Sure. Yeah, I mean, we actually over the summer we had a cocktail called the Gin Ricky Nelson.
Gin Ricky Nelson.
Yeah, it was gin, lime, cucumber, some simple syrup. I think we had some Pims, and we topped it off with Polar Seltzer.
It was. I'll post a picture. I still have a picture of like the menu part with it. It literally said #SeltzerTime on it.
Yeah.
And it was
called Gin Ricky Nelson, and in parentheses it said @DickChuck77.
Yeah. It had my Instagram tag. It was the coolest thing ever.
What an honor.
It was so sick. Like it was also fucking delicious.
It was a tasty cocktail. It was very summery. It's cucumber. It's very, very, very light.
Like Ricky.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Light, airy.
Yeah, if you were
Gin.
gonna make a cocktail with me, you'd probably just want to put like fernet and gasoline because I'm so fucking abrasive.
There you go. Dude, 2 shots of fernet and a post-shift pills.
Yeah, I'm into that. I could go for that. I could go for that right now.
Shift pills.
Jack's Abbey. It's Jack's Abbey beer.
Lager Boys.
Lager Boys. Shout out to Jack's Abbey.
Oh yeah, definitely shout to Jack's Abbey. I love those guys.
Yeah.
What were we talking about? Yeah, highball cocktails are fantastic, and I think they're starting to make kind of a comeback because there is like a lot of technique to making them that people don't, not necessarily, people just don't pay attention to it. There's like ways to pour the soda over the ice and through the ice, and how you're mixing your ingredients, and how you're even kind of stirring it sometimes. It just, seltzer cocktails are fantastic, and we almost always have one on the menu.
Cool.
That's what's up.
I'm stoked about that.
I'm very stoked about that. I'm always stoked about cocktails.
Oh, same. I never stop thinking about them.
As I get older, it's very much like also, I only get cocktails at certain bars. As a beer guy, it's really nice to go out. When I go out and like to dinner or whatever, I almost never get a beer anymore. If I go to the Fix, I get a beer because like Ed really fucking kills it with that menu. Yeah. Or if I go to Armsby, but like going to Dead Horse, going to Sim Dog, it's always cocktails.
Get a cocktail from Tina next time you go to Fix. She really makes some fucking fantastic stuff.
Her Instagram is one of my favorite to follow in terms of her cocktail pictures.
Yeah.
They're they look so good.
So good.
It's ridiculous. It's like 11 in the morning, and like, I mean, granted, like I kind of live that vacation lifestyle, so I should just go get one, but I'll see it and be like, oh, it's too early for this, but I want it so bad.
I gotta wait 30 minutes.
She's my favorite. Every time I go in there, she's just like fernet. I'm like, duh.
Immediately, yeah.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Tina.
Shout out to Tina.
Cool.
She hates me.
Hit him with the, she hates me.
I'm kidding. She totally loves me. I love you too.
Hit him with the Stokes and Pokes.
Yeah. Solon, take us away.
Stokes and Pokes.
You want to go first?
Sure. I mean, I always go first. I feel like.
I can go.
Yeah. It doesn't bother me at all. I don't care.
Cool. All right. So this week, my poke. So last week I was really excited about festival lineups that we're gonna drop. Bonnaroo, Govball, and Boston Calling have all dropped this week. I'm gonna poke the Govball one, even though I know it's probably like not that good because of the Woodstock. They're like bringing back Woodstock this year.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah, so it's the 50th anniversary, so they're moving it too. It's not even going to be in Bethel. It's going to be at Watkins Glen, which makes sense. It's a giant racetrack. You can hold like 100,000 people.
Yeah, but what about all the there was some serious shit that happened.
Yeah, the last one that happened was not the best idea they've ever
Excellent
had.
Biscuit.
Yeah, right.
Classic.
You know, anybody that doesn't know what they're talking about, just Google Beastie Boys. And Adam fucking talked about for 20 minutes about what the fuck happened and what he saw. Just some terrible shit.
Shout out to DMX, because that video of him performing at Woodstock, where there's a billion people watching him and they're all going crazy, is something that I watch at least once a week.
I don't think I've ever seen that video. I'm gonna have to check it out.
DMX Woodstock, I'll be looking it up.
It's unbelievable. Like, it's nuts. It's absolutely insanity. It's crazy. I wish I was there, but I was like fucking 10.
I watched it on pay-per-view at my neighbor's house.
Did you really?
Yeah, my neighbor's dad ordered it for the 3 days. And then I remember watching it, and we were watching Red Hot Chili Peppers, and they played Suck My Kiss. And then they invited
It's the only Chili Pepper song I like.
Really? There's a couple, but not many.
I like Snow. Snow's a good one.
So it's okay. I'm not a Chili guy.
Well, so they invited all the women in stage to take out their used feminine products and lob them up on stage. So as like a 10, 11-year-old watching Woodstock on pay-per-view, I'm watching Anthony Kiedis get pelted with used female products, tampons, and yeah, it was a real thing.
It was a different time back then.
It was a different time. It was the 90s.
Anything was possible.
The late 90s?
94, right?
So there was 94, and then they brought it back.
No,
in like
94 was like a good one. 99 was the
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, 99. Yes.
94 is the one where like Green Day played with like the mud and like made that whole thing. That one went over very, very well.
Yeah.
99 was the one where it was Corn and Limp Bizkit and like there was fires and people were
Yeah, the giant bonfires and
brocore. Yeah. Lots of brocore happened in that.
very problematic. But I think that's the one where DMX, the only shining light of that whole festival is DMX, because duh.
Yeah, well, DMX is
The only shining light.
the only shining light.
So you're poking at.
All right, so my
No, I just couldn't remember how we got here.
I honestly, same until 2 seconds before you said that. So my poke is at Govball for, not necessarily coming through with a super powerful lineup. Even though that's not really like that big of a deal. I don't know. I was just bummed. I was very excited because last year was so sick. And then this year they just kind of released like a very kind of lineup.
Maybe they got some tricks up the sleeve.
I'm pretty sure it's because of the Woodstock thing.
Yeah.
So I think Woodstock's going to be crazy overstaffed, which is awesome. Like, I mean, it obviously should be a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then, so my Stoke, Crust Bake Shop is getting a remodel, like, as we speak. everything looks so sick.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, their new logo is freaking awesome. We were here yesterday getting Mike D. Shout out to Mike D and Technicopia too for like making the window decals happen. But yeah, it just looks really awesome. It's going to be super clean, super nice, very like Lexi's vision for crust. So I'm excited to see what's up with that.
Yeah, it looks real cool.
Yeah, pretty pumped. And they're going to dial on their menu a little bit too. So I'm excited to see what new stuff happens.
Yeah,
as a person who literally goes there every single day.
I do love Crust Bake Shop.
Yeah, I'm
Crust
big
is
fan of the
fantastic.
chocolate croissants.
Oh yeah, sticky buns.
They have the best chocolate chip cookie easily in the city of Worcester.
Backing you up just a second to your announcement about the lineups.
Yes.
Boston Calling. Were you
So sick.
Were you that was good to you?
Dude. Oh my
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little underwhelmed. I
The
don't know most of those
headliners
names.
don't really do it for me. Like 21 Pilots is an amazing live band. Like that band is, I don't really listen to them that much, but live, that band is unbelievable. That night's gonna sell out. Kids lose their minds for that band. Travis Scott is somebody who I don't necessarily listen to that much, but I've heard that there are bigger mosh pits for a Travis Scott show than a lot of other shows. Like he's like a nutcase. So I'm very excited to see that go down. I don't know anything about Tame Impala.
Oh, see, I actually that's one of the bands I actually have a CD. They're chill.
Really?
They're
I've
a
never
festival.
heard a single Tame Impala song. I have no idea what they sound like.
I honestly kind of thought that Tame Impala was like another moniker for Donald Glover's like Childish Gambino, because that's what it seems. That's what it sounds like to me.
That I could see that.
Yeah.
There was two names on there that I was super stoked on. Dessa. If you guys don't know who Dessa is, she's this female rapper from Wisconsin or something. She's on. Oh shit, I forgot the label, but she fucks around with this dude POS for a minute. That's how I.
Oh yeah, I know who POS.
Yeah, so she's been on a couple of POS tracks. She spits fire. Like her wordplay is fantastic, and she could sing. So she has that like best of both worlds. But I saw the name Black Star on,
Dude, I was just about to say.
Get out of here.
No lie.
Get the fuck out.
and it's fucking tiny.
Yeah, they're like fourth like line.
Like
Most
actual,
Def,
like
Talib
actual,
Kweli,
like,
I don't
Black
know.
Star. Like that's actual. Is it actual Black Star? Because I
Actual
didn't
Black Star.
think they were ever gonna do Black Star again.
Actual Black Star. Dude.
It says Black Star. 2 words.
So the first name I noticed was Anderson .Paak, and I was like, there we go. I'm going. I don't care. I very, very, very much so love Anderson .Paak, and I've never seen him. But fucking, I saw Black Star, and I was like, I don't care if they play at the same time as Anderson .Paak, I'm watching Black. It's fucking Black Star. And then right next to Black Star is Guster, which is Naomi's favorite band. So I was like, cool, she'll be down to go. Like, because we went last year and it was awesome. And then we were kicking around. I mean, I'm definitely going no matter what this year. But even she was like, I might go to one day. Like, we'll see who's playing, whatever. And then I saw Guster and I was like, yeah, she
Shoo in.
So.
Red.
Yeah, but I'm very excited about that. Logic. I'm not a huge Logic guy, but like seeing Logic play, Janelle Monáe, I'm very, very excited to see.
Oh, dude, he's real good.
Dude, no, Janelle
wait.
Monáe.
Oh, that's
She's
what I
the
thought it was. Sorry.
fucking best. Like that's somebody I'm very, very excited about. And Turnstile is playing.
I don't like Turnstile, man.
I'm not a big Turnstile
I don't
fan,
like Turnstile.
but so I want to see how they handle a massive festival like that. Like watching Converge crush a couple years ago.
Dude,
Was so
don't
sick.
don't talk about that one. I really that was supposed to be like my day. It was like
so tight.
Converge, Run the Jewels, and Weezer
So
all
tight.
playing the same stage, and I couldn't go.
You think they did well? I wasn't there. At the
Converge?
Converge
Yeah.
always does well.
They crashed.
I would agree. I love Converge. I won't go see Converge in a big room anymore. They don't sound good.
I would, yeah.
Oh,
so
no.
I wouldn't want to see them. Like, if they play like upstairs Palladium, I'm there.
That's like the perfect setting.
Yeah, it'd be sick. This was just like they got added last minute because Modern Baseball dropped. Yeah, Modern Baseball dropped.
Fucking upgrade.
Hey, I love Modern Baseball.
I'm just saying upgrade.
Yo, shout out Modern Baseball. Shout out Sean. What's up? What's up, Converge? But yeah, they were sick. It was rad.
That's awesome. That's super awesome.
But yeah, so yeah, my stoke is the Gov Ball lineup. My poke is that's not true. My poke is the Gov Ball lineup. My stoke is definitely the new and improved Crust Bake Shop.
Brad, what do you got for us, Derek?
I'd say my stoke, and it's probably been repeated as a number of times, is everything great that's happening in Worcester, all the restaurants that are coming into town, and the attention that we're starting to garner from more major markets, just like within the restaurant community. Yeah, it's super cool to see people like interested in coming out here and doing events and investing their time out here and opening places and all that kind of stuff. It's really all I got.
I like how you're stoked. So we've had, I think everybody has been very stoked about Worcester, but everybody has had like their thing. Like we've heard like the baseball stadium and things like that. You're the first person whose stoke has been like the respect that the service industry in Worcester has gotten.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
It's definitely nice because we've always, Worcester's always been kind of this place that was, stuck 5 years in the past behind Boston. Yeah. And it's just nice to kind of start being like, having people be like, oh, well, these are legitimate places you need to go in Worcester and try. And there's gonna be more coming in, which is super awesome.
Yeah, I always love talking to people at the dive. There's this couple from JP that come out. He's a manager at like some like dive bar or whatever, like a regular pretty classic dive bar. But they jump on the train and come out and get off and have 3 or 4 beers at the dive bar and get back on the train and go home. And
just to go to the dive bar.
No, I know who you're talking about. They've come in a couple times. He's
so
like
rad.
He's like an old hardcore dude.
Yeah, exactly. I gotta get their name next time they come in. But they're so sick. Like I remember talking to him once, and he's like, "Oh yeah." Like I wrote down the name of the bar. I forget what it was, but he's like, "Oh, I work out there. We manage out there, but we come out here like just to come here and like drink a couple of beers and get back on the train." I was like, "That's fucking sick."
Remember that time we said nobody goes for half hour just to go to a place to eat? Could you imagine traveling that far just for a good beer? Damn.
Yeah, yes, I can.
Like they came to Deadhorse one time when the dive was closed. It was like a Sunday or something like
That's
that.
That's
awesome. And I believe they told me that you were the one that recommended us. So thank you so much.
Always my number one place to recommend, Deadhorse Hill. But again, thank you, because I don't even know how many people come into the dive bar. They're like, "Do it down at Deadhorse," and I'm like, "Who's working?" And it's either like big dude, tattoos and a beard, or it's like bald guy. I'm like, TK or Derek. Like, every single time.
All right, we tell everybody to go down to dive bar. Dive bar's great.
It's the best.
One of my favorite places to go in the city.
Oh.
So what do you want to poke at, Derek?
Actually, this might get me a little fired up, so I'm gonna try not to get too fired up.
So you're about to say fired, and I was like, wait, please don't get fired.
Fired up. I'm really just kind of fucking sick of all the negative bullshit that's coming out of people's mouths about everything going on in the city. It's like everyone talks about how Worcester's a shithole and how we need to start improving, and then things in the city start happening like the redesign of Kelly Square that's imminent, that needs to happen for the park to be. Everyone's like, "Don't change Kelly Square. It's what makes Worcester Worcester." It's like, dude, just shut the fuck up. Yeah. Like, stop. And I'm sorry, this is like the first time I've sworn the entire time. I've been very conscious about that. Thank God for fucking it being a podcast. But it's like, Worcester's needed some improvement for a long time. It's finally happening. And then everybody's like, "Oh, all these restaurants are too fucking expensive to eat at." And I'm like, you don't have to go eat at the restaurants every day. Like, make it like just go once in a while. Like, be positive about the stuff that's happening. Be happy that people are starting to take interest in the city as something viable versus, whatever people's view of it is outside of Worcester. Like, I've been to places in Boston and Providence, and I've been like, "Yeah, I'm from Worcester," and be like, "Oh yeah, what are you gonna do? Stab me?" I'm like, "No, like, not at all. It's not what it's about. It's not what it's about out there."
That's how you get in.
Yeah. But like, it's just, there's so much negative shit coming out of people's mouths about the stadium and about all the construction happening downtown. The redesign of Kelly Square, people are like, "Worcester's not gonna be Worcester anymore." I'm like, well, you spent 20 years talking about what a shithole this place was. And it's like,
now somebody's going to do something about it.
Yeah, why not just shut the fuck up and let it happen, and bask in it, and bask in the fact that property values are going to go up, and there's going to be more things to do, and there's going to be more of a city feel to it than just like more of like a real downtown city feel. Because Worcester's small enough where there's like downtown can be busy, like the Canal District can be busy down by the stadium. It's all it's all there, man. Like everyone just has to start accepting it, accepting the fact that we're going to change and that we're going to grow and that we're going to start having better things here and stop complaining about all the shit they want to complain about.
Yeah. If you want to complain, do something about it. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, everybody's going to complain. Everybody has a right to complain, but like, I've heard in the same breath before people being like, "Worcester's such a shithole. I can't fucking believe they're putting a stadium in." I'm like, do you hear what you're saying? Yeah. Like, do you hear the words that are coming out of your mouth? You just like black out sometimes.
It's a ballpark.
Yeah.
Excuse me, the ballpark.
Stadiums are intrusive, but I'm with you. No, I'm totally fucking with you. Like. Oh God! Nobody goes there. I don't go there because it's fucking never mind. It's a Yogi Bearism, but it's like, yeah, stop bitching about it. People have come in. Yeah, some of them are outsiders. Yeah, you're worried about gentrification, but they're doing the fucking best they can to just.
I've got this feeling that with all the new construction going on, that there won't really be any major gentrification in Worcester. I mean, it's already.
Keep going.
I have a feeling. Maybe it's just hope.
It's pie in the sky, unfortunately. It's already happening, but it doesn't mean it's necessarily a bad thing. It's Matt Cousins. Do you know Matt Cousins, one of the Cop Juju dudes?
Yeah.
He put up this super interesting post on Facebook, really just about this, and I'm gonna read it verbatim because Bill Shanner put it out in Worcester Mag, and it's spot on. Matt says, "I feel like maybe people who like me, who've always lived in Worcester, were cool with their messy ass house, but still felt like complaining about the mess. And transplants are the new significant others / gentrifer cleaning the mess, pointing out what slobs we are/were. And maybe we're cool with the tub being clean now, but the live, laugh, love decal on the door and the fancy yogurt in the fridge haunts us. So when the ball and the chain is at work, we lift the drop ceiling panel where we had that party stash and we clip our toenails in bed and download Tinder to our Android." It was like,
shout out Matt Cousins.
yeah,
that is spot on.
Like,
spot on.
I love that dude.
so like, yeah, I think people are always gonna bitch, but I think in 3 years when they see where it's come, where it's all the progress that has been made, they'll find just something different to bitch about probably. But
Yeah, there's always something different. It's like, I don't know. I do it. I do it myself all the time.
it's easy to.
Yeah, it's the easiest thing to do.
I don't think I've ever heard you complain in the entire time I've known you.
So I was talking about this with TK last night. Like, there's a new coffee spot in Worcester, which I tried out, and I wasn't super impressed with it. To be fair, I'm literally drinking their coffee right now, and it's drastically better. Okay, if you go to Fuel, do not get the fucking nitro cold brew. It's not that good. Get the regular, just like, yo, can I get a large cold brew? It's awesome. It's head and shoulders better than a nitro. It's great. Their chocolate chip cookie is so dope.
That's dope.
It's dope. It's not a crust level cookie, but it's my favorite thing. That's on the menu there. So like last night, TK and I were talking, and he's like, "Dude, you never say anything bad about, like, whenever you say something bad, you're like, yeah, like I hated like my seat that I was sitting in, or like I wasn't a big fan of like the meal I got, but like that seat I sat in was the fucking comfiest seat ever." And I was like, yeah, it's pretty much me. Like, there's something good about everywhere. Yeah. Like, there just is.
Yep.
And yeah, so I don't know why I started talking.
No, but I mean, if anything, that's like that's a matter of
because I told you never complain about anything in your entire life.
Oh yeah, true. I like half complain. I'll take that.
You stay focused on the positive, and that's good.
Yeah,
that's very good. Yeah,
somebody's got to do it.
So I'm gonna complain. No, poke.
Yeah. On that note,
I'm gonna start with a poke. This is taken from an article by Mark Sullivan from the Worcester Telegram and Gazette. On Sunday, the police and firefighters made an usual ATM withdrawal from Lake Quinsigamond. So, long story short, some dude in a black Chevy pickup jacked the ATM from, Greendale's pub.
yo, I love Greendale.
Greendale's is lit.
Greendale's is so sick.
I love that place.
The ATM, broke into it, stole the money, and then dumped the fucking thing in Lake Quinsigamond.
That's amazing.
So some poor bastard from the city, or from one of the first responders, I don't know who the fuck, probably from the towing company, now that I think about it, had to wade into the lake just to put the chains around the goddamn ATM, so that they could winch it out with the truck. All because some other dickhead decided that he wanted to steal money and not work for it.
There's also like not that much money in those.
There really
like
isn't.
The idea of stealing an ATM from a bar, it's like, cool. You probably got And I mean, especially if they like broke in after hours after it's been being used all night. Like you got like what, a couple $100. Now when you get caught, you're like going to jail for like, say there's $1,000 in there. You know what I mean? Like there's never that much money. I watched the guy fill them.
Yeah.
There's not that much money in there. This is the stupidest thing to steal.
The owner of Greendale's pub, Kenny Nicholas, when asked, said, "Yeah, I guess it was ours." So anyway.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah. There it is.
Anyway,
That's so, I love Greendale's.
fucking
so
crooks
sick.
do better. Stop polluting fucking litter bugs on top of stealing money.
Right?
Anyway, and
Yeah, that's bullshit.
thank you. Anyway, thing I'm stoked about is on Monday, this past Monday, I was invited to be part of a blast-off conversation that happened this week. July of 2019 marks 50 years since we put a man on the moon. Did you guys know that?
I did not.
And to commemorate, there's a whole bunch of local organizations and businesses. That's why I was with Stephanie in that meeting.
Okay.
Who are going to celebrate the realization of local legend Dr. Robert Goddard's dream of getting to the moon. So 93 years ago, Worcester native old Bobby Goddard, which I think is fucking hilarious. Nobody calls him
Bobby
Bobby.
Goddard.
Bobby Goddard. Anyway,
Got it.
Dr. Robert Goddard became the first person to create, build, and launch a liquid-fueled rocket from Aunt Effie's farm in nearby Auburn, which is now the Packagug Golf Course. So to celebrate this, we're going to see a whole year's worth of events. Like this summer is going to be filled with rockets and science space stuff. And
That's sick.
Yeah, it's going to be
I'm
super
into
cool.
that.
Better start hearing a lot more Smashing Pumpkins then.
Yeah, right.
Seriously.
I'm gonna play nothing but Elton John.
I'm in.
Oh yeah.
I'm a rocket man. People are like, Ricky, shut the fuck up. Like,
It's not me singing, it's Elton.
it's yeah. Also, like,
I'm channeling the soul of Elton John,
Yeah.
even though he's not dead.
no, he's
Wait,
fucking,
he's not dead, right?
No, he's not dead.
He's a knight. Dude was knighted.
You're right, he
Elton
is.
John.
Sir Elton
Yeah,
John.
Sir Elton John. Respect. Throw some respect on Elton John's name every time.
Throw some respect about his name.
So yeah, I'm pumped to see the rocket celebration.
Dude, that's sick. Now I'm pumped for the summer. I can't wait.
That's the thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, I'm pumped for the summer too, because like, Mama Roo, Dive Bar Patio.
Oh, dude, I can't wait for the Dive Bar Patio to open back up.
Yeah, dude, same. I can go back to wearing boat shoes and no socks and not having everybody be like, "Are you cold?" I'm like, "Well, yeah," but like, I don't have time to put socks on.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Vacation lifestyle all the time. 7 feet of snow, boat shoes.
Really?
No socks. Fuck yeah, dude. Right now I have Vans on and I do have socks on. But yeah, boat shoes are like, if you could ask me what I would wear every single day, it would literally be boat shoes. I don't fucking care. I love them.
In high school, my sister wanted to wear flip-flops every day, but we live at the top of a hill, so she wore flip-flops to school, and the school bus couldn't get up the hill due to snow, so she had to walk home in like 6 inches of snow and flip-flops. You bet your ass that was the last day she wore flip-flops to high school.
You know what you gotta do though? You gotta rock boots to school, get to school, throw those flip flops on, boots back out.
Galoshes, just galoshes. You can keep the flip flops on.
Oh, there you
I
go.
just
Oversized, step in the closet.
There you go.
Where were you, Derek? I mean, you wish you could have come given us some advice.
I had moon boots pretty much to like 9th grade, so
Hell yeah.
yeah, it was the shit.
That's what's up. I want like boat shoes, but like Heelys, so I can just like skate around.
Dude, I want
So
a
tight.
pair of Heelys so bad for work, so I
Same.
can just like.
Oh,
They don't still
Yeah.
make those, do they?
oh
yeah,
no,
they do.
Yeah, they're back.
They're back.
They're back.
Do you remember the shoes that had like the grind plates, soaps?
Yeah.
They had the grind plates on them.
Yeah, I didn't get any for. I don't know why I never got them. But so what we did was we took candles. I like stole candles or whatever from like my mom's like candle fucking box, and I would take that and we would just wax up our shoes, and I would slide around the hallway at school. After about, I don't know, a day and a half of, there's probably like 8 of us that were waxing our shoes. The floor had a nice coating of wax. Nice. People were falling. The janitor was beyond upset. And we were then told if you are caught with a candle, not even like on fire, literally if you're caught with a candle in school, you're getting suspended. And I was like, my bad. I just wanted to fucking slide around. Like, I'm sorry for partying, guys. Like, the one time I ruined the school floor with candle wax. Sick. Bring back candles. I'm bringing back soaps. The dive bar. Ian's gonna be like, "What the fuck happened back here? Did you break all the candles?" I'm like, "Nah, dude. I was sliding around."
Just
Didn't you
sliding
look
around.
at Instagram?
No big deal.
Content was lit.
I'm just trying to up my, I don't know,
Up in those follows.
up in how quick I can move around the bar.
Yeah. Just be like me and Val. Val will soap up the our tennis
hell
shoes.
yeah.
Sick. Hell yeah.
So Derek, if people want to find you on the internet, how do they find you?
I don't really check my Facebook page, so you can just kind of disregard that. It's basically up for just like random
So your wife
promoting
has somebody to
events.
engage to, or your fiance has somebody she could say that she's engaged to.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
I have a buddy that his wife made him make a profile just so she can be married to the name, and he hasn't checked it since. And that was like 8 years ago.
I used to check. I used to like Facebook, but it got too political and too many people just screaming about nothing. Just basically, have you ever seen that? That Simpsons episode where it's like the newspapers has a picture of Grandpa and says "Old man yells at cloud." Like that's every time I see like somebody posting some like crazy political shit like on Facebook. That's all I can think of. And I've been guilty of it too. And I'm just like, I'll read my post and I'm like, I sound like a jabroni. But yeah, so if you want to find me,
know what you're cooking.
If you want to find me on Instagram, it's Derek the Barman, all one word, DEREK, the only way to spell it.
True.
Shout out Derek Walters. Just kidding. That's really my only social media account that I have and check.
Or come down and find you at Dead Horse.
Or come find me at Dead Horse Hill on 281 Main Street. We're open for dinner Tuesday through Sunday.
Awesome.
And then brunch on Saturday, Sunday as well.
Sounds rad. You guys should all get into that.
It's the best. I'll be there eating sandwiches.
Yeah, the best sandwich in the city, apparently.
I'll be there shaking cocktails and telling dirty jokes.
Yes.
Yeah, don't threaten me with a good time.
Yeah, right? Breakfast sandwiches, you shaking and talking dirty? Woo. Sorry, Naomi.
Awesome.
Sorry, Tina.
Not sorry, Sarah.
They know.
Thank you very much for coming on.
It's been my pleasure.
I've been Travis. You could find me on Instagram at Hunchback Travis.
I have been Ricky. You can find me at DickChuck77 or Seltzer Time Official. Thanks for listening. Sorry for partying.
Not sorry for partying.